What's up to all of my Scorpios out there? Welcome back to Pulse of the Cosmos. This is your weekly astrology for the week of June 15th through the 21st of 2020. So let's get into it because it is a really big week, you guys. Come the end of the week on the 21st Sunday, depending on where you are in the world, we're going to have a new moon solar eclipse at the 0-degree solstice mark of Cancer. So this is very powerful. It's right next to our north node over there at 29 degrees and change of Gemini. So they're within a degree of each other. So these are very, and it being a solar eclipse alone, we know these bring very fated events into our lives, very fated circumstances, fated initiations, fated new beginnings, into a new direction, connecting you to a more divine place, to a more aligned place. And also, these are things that your soul has entered into a contract to experience while it's here on the plane of this physical reality in this incarnation. So these are very much so tied to your karma and to your soul experience on this earth and to the kind of lessons that you need to kind of pull out of some of these things, even in certain circumstances. So for you guys, my Scorpio, this activity is going to be going on in your 9th house. So your 9th house is the house of higher education. It's the house of foreign travels and foreign cultures. It's the house of the guru. Really, Jupiter is the guru. So this is where you can really philosophize about things and learn something new and take on some level of higher education, or even this could be you being a mentor in some way to somebody. But either way, this is an initiation of some sorts into a new phase in your life where you're either going to be learning about something very impactful that is of a higher nature of philosophy, that's of a higher nature of understanding, that's coming from a place of seeking for that ultimate truth in things, and seeking for that absolute, and exploring things and expanding the horizons. And this could manifest, like I said, in a way where you are the mentor to someone, guiding them through this process. Or this could be a process that you're going on in your own journey in that way. And truly, when teacher and student comes together, it's almost a dual journey of learning. You know, they give and get so much from each other. So either way, this is an era for you to get in there and explore your moral codes, explore your philosophical codes, kind of get curious about things and expand your horizons there. There's a lot of new kind of beginnings that are being karmically connected into your soul's contract here to get going. So, and it can come in conflict. I think there could be struggles here when it's in conflict with maybe some existing belief systems that you have, that are revealing themselves as something you need to kind of question and explore. So for some of my Scorpios, especially being one of our fixed signs, be cautious not to get too fixated on holding on to some old attachment or old belief or old thing, because these are fated circumstances, and just holding on and trying to exercise your will over letting go of some certain situation in that way will only make the experience more painful for yourself in the end. So let's see here for all of my Scorpios out there. What's going on in the cards? These could be amazing shifts into new directions, these new higher forms of learning and these new higher forms of knowledge that you're seeking to obtain could be very integrally tied in to your long-term goals and your long-term vision for your life from here. These are, you know, the moral foundations upon which your little mini civilization of self is built. So these are really, really powerful times. So pay attention to the signs coming from the universe. Pay attention to the messages and the synchronicities, and kind of lean into these new beginnings with the sense of wonder, you know, that can bring such beauty into your life. So let's see here. First card we pulled is the High Priestess. So Yeah, this is a very, very intuitive card, right? But there's also a very hidden element to it. So, for some of my Scorpios out there who might be trying to piece everything together immediately at this point, there's still kind of like this hidden element behind here. And it's going to be up to you to kind of go with your intuition and go from that place of inner guidance and go from that place of inner knowing, and kind of base some of your decisions from there and not get so lost in trying to know everything absolutely right away. But this also tells me that your psychic abilities and your intuition are of extreme potency right now. So again, pay attention to those signs, pay attention to those synchronicities, pay attention to those messages coming from the universe to you, because they are in fact trying to guide and kind of support you into certain directions in your life. So let's see here. Yeah, the challenge is you're trying to hold on to some sense of security here, maybe, and you can see he's even got his chakras blocked off here, this holding on so tight to some form of security that maybe for some of you guys isn't actually secure, it's just familiar. Right? And it's just maybe in connection to your beliefs or connection to exploring some new spaces in your life, or kind of even with ninth house, this could be, that rules long distance travel. It could be moving into even a place very far away from where you live right now physically. But, in some sense, there's a guard up. There's a guard up where you're kind of blocking maybe even some of your intuition here, and you're not paying attention to it about certain decisions that need to be made about, kind of taking off in some of these new directions in life. But it's time to let that guard down. It's time to kind of let down the guard and kind of let yourself experience some of what this life has to offer. So let's see here. Yeah, because we have the 9 of Cups next here. So this is emotional fulfillment. This is having all the cups filled. This is kind of sitting there satisfied emotionally. But in some sense, there's also this sense of because this man is sitting alone and he's sitting with his arms crossed. So again, I get a sense of still being guarded, maybe feeling like you've got everything cool and like then there's no sense to explore, that, maybe you're feeling really fearful and attached to something old that's keeping you from leaping into some of these new beginnings and new initiations with that sense of wonder. But there is a guard up. There is a sense of I've got everything that I need, but that's not all. That's not it. This is a constant. We're in a constant state of being called to expand our consciousness while we're here in our reality. There is no stagnancy in creation. It's perpetual, it's everlasting, it's constant. So let's see here. So we are being called to consciously expand. So yeah, give your mind a rest. A lot of this might be coming from you like overthinking things, and you needing to just kind of take a moment and take a rest for yourself and get in touch with those inner spaces, get in touch with that inner divine guidance about what your truths are and what you connect with in terms of your beliefs, and maybe connecting with what you want to learn or take on in this form of higher education or exploration of a certain philosophy. So give yourself, maybe shut off some of these mental wires that have been pre-programmed to direct you into a certain way of thinking, and let your intuition guide you here. That's what I'm getting strongly for all of my Scorpios out there. But in any case, you guys, I love you all so much. I hope you're doing well out there, and I will be back next week with your weekly astrology.